Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GP4 Offline Championship. Here for the final round of Formula E at the Bahrain International Circuit. We're here for one final time this 2020 season here at the Bahraini Desert. In the commentary booth today is me, Miran Evji, and joining me for a last time this season in FE is Rahul Patel. Good afternoon to you, Rahul.
Good afternoon to you too, Miran. And of course, we have no rain, pretty much no shock, and we will get underway for qualifying. And also, just a reminder, Alexander Arnold has a template grid penalty for the dangerous rejoin he did in the last round, which cost him the championship.
Yeah. Obviously, we have had the championship sealed now. Agatino Bivona is our new 2020 champion. So, yeah, this race is going to be for the other grid places. The battle for P2 in the championship is still on between Alexander Arnold and Darabos Daniel. So we'll see how that goes as we are now into qualifying. And yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. One thing we should bring up is that this will be the final race in which Formula E uses equal cars. So a bit of an end of an era for Formula E. So
Yep.
yeah, it is going to be very, very interesting. I guess now that we got 30 minutes of qualifying ahead of us, Rahul, do you have any predictions for pole?
No, not really. Pretty much anything can happen, and it usually does. And let's see, we've never been to this track. We have never used this kind of circuit at all in Formula E, so it's pretty interesting to see who can get pole. So pretty much, it's an unpredictable guess.
That is very true, actually. Formula E being a spec series, and yeah, basically that meaning that anyone can take pole. So yeah, that plus the fact that we're on a new circuit for the first time. This is the first time the GP4 will see visits the Bahrain Outer layout. So this will be the first ever time that it's used. So yeah, we'll see who takes pole then. Not really much you can do by predicting the unpredictable. As here is the first man out on track then at the moment, Fengshan Chaoshainat in the Porsche. Not too great of a season for him. P16 in the championship standings at the moment. We'll see if he can end it off on a high. As yeah, he has been outscored by quite a bit by his teammate Javier Way in P5 at the moment, as he won last race out of the Dubai Autodrome. But we'll see then as we're just getting underway with qualifying. As we've apparently set the Yuri's apparently set the fuel consumption too high, but we'll get that fixed for the race. Another talking point would be what you did mention before, Rahul, the penalty of Alexander Arnold. He has a 10-place grid penalty for the race.
It's kind much a shame for him. He made one big mistake. The race wasn't even looking good for him, and made one mistake and pretty much ended his hopes on being the championship hunt once again. But yeah, as we see, Ivana going quickest in the 1 minute 8, China did the 1 minute 9. Meanwhile, Silva goes second, 1 minute 9.2. Deselli goes fourth, with Zolga going second, 1/10 off with Bivona. Meanwhile, Robert Ionescu goes fourth. Rafael Domel next across the line goes sixth. Meanwhile, Michael Mocho, he's next across the line, goes fourth. Rose Henson, they go seventh because Prez goes fifth. Daniel goes 12th. Arnold goes 11th. Orman now goes 8th. His teammate Mohamed Razan goes 12th. Alan Jefferson goes 3rd. Xavier Wee next across the line goes 11th. Jordan Howe, he is next across the line. He goes 15th. Michael Clark goes 12th. Samatoskin in the Jaguar goes 11th. Meanwhile, Daniel Noakes in the Mahindra, he goes 8th. Ajay Prasan next across the line goes quickest so far. beats Bivona. Meanwhile, Mafia Outer lost not the croissant goes only lost from the second. That's the first one's done.
Yeah, very, very interesting then. After the first few laps of qualifying, it's Agi Prazan who's fastest. The man who took pole last time out of Dubai. Currently fastest at the moment from champion Agatino Bivona in P2 and then Balinjolga in P3. Pretty interesting. I think Arnold and Daniel were having a bit of a scrap during their qualifying lap. I think both of them held up each other. So I believe that's why they're quite far down by... Yeah, they're quite far off the pole time. So I believe it was because they were having a bit of a duel in qualifying. But yeah, but they will most likely improve on their second run.
Just to mention that Michael Mocho and Tobias Krez have the same exact lap time.
That is very, very interesting. Just goes to show how close the field is at the moment. Everyone from P1 to P17 only separated by a second. So, yeah, it is anyone's game for pole here.
Yep, indeed. Now, Bivona, he's now the first one to go on track for the second runs.
Yeah, and I believe it is Chow Shinot, I think that is behind, who is coming out as well. Yes, it is. So it is Bivona in the Audi who comes out first then. We'll see if he can grab pole on this run as he is on his outlap at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. So far, I mean, he's already confirmed as champion. He's just doing the best he can to probably get something in for his future. He has a good chance on. He has a good chance on having a good future, but we'll see what happens for him going into next season.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see where Bivona will end up in 2021. We'll see if he can make the right decisions, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Bivona and the other guys in Formula E will end up.
Yeah, indeed. Bivona now is going to start his second run. He won't have traffic. Wooly, yep, just about. He's ahead of the Jaguar by just. Was turn one, now on turn 2 and 3. Now we're getting into the first sector point. Let's see what he can do. He's up by a little bit in the first sector. He's 2 thousandths down on Prazan in the first sector. There's still time to improve for him, but let's see what he can do in the middle sector.
Yeah, it's looking to be a bit of a it's looking to be quite a tidy lap for Bivona at the moment. We'll see his middle sector then, as he makes his way onto the back straight, as he's about a tenth off. So I don't think it's gonna be an improvement for Bivona. We'll see though as he heads down to the final 2 corners of this track. And let's see then, as this will be the first man to cross the line on his second run, Agatino Bivona. Let's see if he can improve in that last sector to try and have a shot at pole, as he will cross the line now. It's no improvement for Bivona. Next to cross the line is Functional Chow Shinot, as the Porsche driver will cross the line. He can't improve. Michael Clark starting his lap there. Here's Eduardo Silva in the Porsche, as he's just about to set his lap. Currently in P5. Let's see if he can get himself a bit higher. No, not yet. Dominic Teselli there just behind Matthew Alder on track. Let's see if Teselli can set an improvement, as he's currently down in P17. Let's see if he can get himself out of 17th place. He will cross the line now, and he gets himself up into P15. Tobias Kress currently in P7. Let's see if the German in the BMW can improve. He can't. Mohamed Razin will cross the line. Following him is Rafael Dumel. He sets an improvement. Ionescu goes fourth. Then it's Rose Henson. No improvement for Henson. Daniel Noakes goes fastest. And then let's see, Nathan Ormond. Ormond goes P10. Here's Michael Mocho in the Mercedes, as he will cross the line right about now. No improvement. Prazan can't take back his pole. Özkan goes P6 in the Jaguar. That was Daniel. Let's see if he can improve. As Arnold goes P17, Daniel goes P14.
Clark goes P8.
Yeah, as Matthew Alder, I believe he is the final car to set a lap on this one. No, I don't think so, but let's see that Matthew Alder in the Nissan, as he will cross line now. Can he get himself out of last place? He can. He goes P2 for the time being. Here's Alder's teammate Jefferson. Let's see if he can go up a few places as well. He improves, but stays P8. Javier Way gets himself into the top 10 as he goes into 10th place. And yeah, I believe those are all the runs at the moment.
Therefore, we have Daniel Noakes, who's on provisional pole at the moment. We only have 20 minutes to go. Anything can happen, but we'll see what happens. Arnold still, he's in 19th, but at the moment he'll drop down to last.
Yeah, Arnold's going to really have to improve if he doesn't want to start last in this race. But very, very interesting second runner for the drivers, as Jordan Howell's the first one out at the moment. But yeah, obviously Daniel Noakes going faster than Matthew Alder in P2, Robert Ionesco P4, and then some of the guys came themselves into... Oh yeah, he's P6, right. And then some other guys like Alan Jefferson and Javier Way getting themselves into the top 10. We'll see if some of the guys further up the championship table can get themselves into the top 10, namely Alex Arnold and there was Daniel. But yeah, we'll also see if this man can get himself out of last place at the moment, Jordan Howell. As the field, time-wise, seems to be getting closer. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, indeed, he's not the best this season, but at least he scored some points, but not much. But we'll see what he can do in the final racing in the final racing Formula E with this Eco Cars performance. But we'll see what happens for him.
Yeah. It's not really been a very good season for Howell. He's only scored 1 point, so he'll be hoping to end this season off on a high at least. But yeah, there's always next season, as Howell will now start his lap as people are coming out of the pit lane. No traffic for the Brit in the Mercedes. So, or not in the Mercedes, sorry.
Neo.
Neo.
He's in the
yes.
Neo, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, both have similar colors, so I confused them a bit. As Howell in the first sector, 5/10 off, so maybe it's looking to be an improvement for Howell, but we can't be so sure just yet as he makes his way onto the middle sector. Here's where the track deviates from its original path as he heads through the chicane there. Now onto the back straight where the track rejoins with its original path in the middle sector, 7/10 off. So it's looking to be an improvement for Howell as he makes his way onto turns 10 and 11, the final two corners of the track. Very nice through there. And let's see then what it will be for Jordan Howell.
So he comes across the line. Let's see where can he go. He goes only up to 20th.
Yeah, not very good for Howell. At least he's going himself out of last place, so there's some consolation for that at least. As Functional Chow Shinat will be next to cross the line. He's always out early, so let's see where the tie driver will go. No improvement for Chow Shinat. And yeah, Tobias Kress is on a lap time as well at the moment. Though I believe, yeah, he's just about to finish this one as he heads through the final two corners. Let's see what it will be for the man in the BMW, Tobias Kress, as he makes his way down the start-finish straight and across the line now. No improvement for Kress. Bivona, can he improve? No, he cannot. He stays P4. Daniel Noakes, poleman at the moment, probably does not need to improve, but we'll see if he does. No, 1.7 tenths off. Here's, I think it was a bit of traffic for Jolga. Either way, Jolga improves. Here's his fellow countryman, that was Daniel, as he gets himself into the top 10. Rose Henson in the BMW. Let's see if the American can improve as Henson will cross the line right about now. No improvement. Robert Ionescu is next to cross the line. No improvement for the Romanian. Rafael Dumal goes fastest. As Dominic Deselli in the Mahindra, let's see, as he will cross the line. P16 for Deselli. Nathan Ormond just coming across the line as well. P13 for the American. Then it is Alex Arnold. 10 pace grid penalty. He's going to have to hope to not start last, as he will cross the line right about now. And it is no improvement for Alexander Arnold. Mohamed Razin in the DS Cheetah improves, but he stays last. Then we have Samet Özkan. Özkan, no improvement for him either. Michael Clark can't improve. And then Agi Prasan, currently in P4. Let's see if he can get himself into the top 3. As Prasan will cross the line now. And it is no improvement for Agi Prasan either.
Yep, indeed. So avoid them out top. He took it up Nogs, but we still have a lot more to go. But we're on board with Macho. He's not on an improvement at the moment. He's in 15th, and he will stay 15th.
Yeah, so not too many improvements, except for, obviously for Dumal taking pole. Yeah, Ormond and Ormond improved up into P13, or that's P13, and then that was Daniel was able to get himself into P10, as that puts him at advantage over Alexander Arnold. Arnold's gonna have a lot to do for the race, as he is currently down in P20, but we'll see if he can get an improvement, as some guys are coming out on their third run. Here's Javier Way in the Porsche, who's just coming out on his third run with 14 minutes remaining.
Yep, indeed. So far he's in 12th in the first run. Let's see what he can do on this lap. You have a lot of runs left. Of course, it's pretty much short track, very fast, but we'll see what can happen.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing about having short tracks. That gives you more opportunities to do laps. So, yeah, we're gonna have a pretty short lap time. But yeah, we'll see who can take pole at the Bahrain Outer circuit. As Javier Way at the moment just gonna start his lap as he makes his way round the start-finish straight at the moment. As he will start this lap. Rahel, would you like to take us through a lap of the Bahrain Outer circuit?
Yep, he's going for turn 1, making hard. Nice and easy. Now for turn 2, now turn 3, he goes. And now we have a straight going through. Now we see his first sector point. He's a tenth up on his personal best first sector, but he's a tenth down on Domel in the first sector. Let's see what he can do in the second sector. Pretty much short, but we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. No, sorry.
Yeah, now he comes through this middle sector point now. He's a temp up. He's improving. He's only 3 temps down on Dummel in the middle sector. He has 2 more straights to go. This straight where he's currently now going for the final corner, or the final 2 corners. And now we go into the long straight, and he will finish his lap. And let's see, where can he go? Can he still improve by more? Find more time? He does. He goes up to 7th.
Yeah, thank you for that, Rahel. As Jordan Howell goes P20. Some other guys on the lap as well. Chow Shynut in the middle sector, 6/10 off. So he is on an improvement, but only looking to go up by a few places at the moment. We'll see his third sector time then. Chow Shynut is just about to finish his lap. Let's see what it will be for the number 71 Porsche driver, as he will cross the line now. And Chow Shynut does not improve. Here's Daniel Noakes. Can he grab pole from Rafael Dumal? He can. So that is Daniel Noakes going up into provisional pole for the time being. Eduardo Silva is going to cross the line there. No improvement for him. Rose Henson. Let's see if the American can improve. No. as Rafael Duhamel. Let's see if he can take back that pole from Daniel Noakes as he will cross the line. No improvement for Duhamel. He stays P2 as, here's Agatino Bivona currently in P5. Not really much he needs to do at the moment, obviously considering that he is champion, so he can just take this race quite chill. Let's see though, as Bivona will cross the line now, and he goes P3, Bivona, so good lap from him, as Nathan Orman in P13 improves, gets himself up to the top 10 as he goes P10. I believe there was an improvement somewhere in the... No, never mind. I'm seeing things that aren't there. As Dominic Deselli will cross the line and goes P7. Then it's Balint Jolga next to cross the line. Jolga can't improve. Then it's the other Hungarian of Davos, Daniel. He cannot improve as Alex Arnold in the Neo. Can he get himself out of P21? He cannot, but he does have an improvement. Agi Prasan in P5. No improvement for him. As Mohamed Razin, who is currently in last place. Let's see if he can find some time and set an improvement to get himself out of P22 at the moment. Let's see if Razin can get himself out of last place. No, he cannot. Bit of a disappointment for Razin. Let's see Michael Clark then in P14 for the time being. And he stays P14. As I believe some other guys are on laps as well. Alan Jefferson currently on a lap in the Nissan Edams. As Jefferson currently in P12. Let's see if the Brazilian can improve and maybe get himself into the top 10. As he will set his time now, and it's no improvement for Alan Jefferson. I think Darbos Daniel is coming in. Michael Macho on a lap, 9/10 off in the middle sector, so not looking to be an improvement for Michael Macho, I don't think. But yeah, that was the third or I believe fourth one. I wasn't really keeping track, but yeah, some interesting conclusions then, as we have not too many improvements, but people getting themselves into the top 10. People like Bivono said an improvement, and then Deselli and Nathan Ormond, who was you just got knocked out of the top 10 actually. But yeah, a few improvements, and yeah, Daniel Noakes also taking back the pole time. So yeah, pretty interesting.
There's Ronaldo who's starting his lap. Into turn 1, braking. Now we're going into turn 2, and then turn 4 into turn 3. Now we have the first sector split coming through, and let's see what he can do. He's a 10th down on his personal best, but he's 2 tenths down on Daniel Noakes. Showed that Noakes had actually a pretty good first sector. He did a 19.9 in the first sector there. As you got the third chicane, now going for the middle sector point. And he's still not going to improve. He loses more time, and he's half a second down on his personal best, and this doesn't really look like an improvement, so he's pretty much likely to stay in 4th for the moment, for the time being. As now goes front the corner, going for the straight, and then he will cross the line. And where can he go? Doesn't look like it's going to be an improvement, and he doesn't improve, stays where he is. He's not an improvement in the first sector, only 2 tenths down on his personal best. And so far he's in 8th. Let's see what he can do in the middle sector. Doesn't look like he's going to improve. He's 3 tenths down in the middle sector. He didn't lose too much time in the middle sector, but it doesn't look like he's going to improve. Yeah, he's coming around the final corner and going for the straight once more. And he's going to cross the line. Yeah, this doesn't look like an improvement, and he doesn't improve. Now the pulse here, Daniel Noakes. He's not an improvement. He's going to stay where he is. And yep, stays where he is. Eduardo Silva is in 15th, stays where he is. He couldn't improve. From China next across the line. He's holding up the cheetah of Mohamed Razin, who is in last at the moment. But we'll see if he can improve. I pretty much doubt it. UNESCO and Howell are side by side. Howell didn't improve. Prez lost time in the final sector. Arnold's on the lap. Rafael Damel at the moment it's second. He's not going to improve. There's a lot of time. Way down on his personal best. Bivana, he couldn't improve. Now Deselli at the moment it's seventh. He doesn't improve. Ormond, he doesn't improve either. He's coming into the pits. Zolga, he's not an improvement. He's in sixth at the moment. And let's see where he's going to cross the line, and he doesn't improve. Pretty much over a second down on his personal best. There's like a lap from him from that. As now Noakes has the checker flag, pretty much his session's done. Prezan, he's not an improvement and he doesn't improve. Silva has the checker flag as Henson improves. She goes up to 6th. Darush Daniel improves, he goes up to 7th. Now Resin, he's not going to improve unfortunately. He got pretty much compromised by China, I assume. Arnold, he's pretty much going to stay in 21st, but he will start last at the moment. So it's not a good qualifying session from him. There's Oskin, he's 2 temps up on his personal best, but he's 2 temps down on those in the middle sector. Let's see, where can he go?
Yeah, we'll see if Samet Özkan can set an improvement. As you said, it's going to be a very, very disappointing qualifying for Alexander Arnold because it is fighting for that P2. Samet Özkan, though, as he will cross the line in the Panasonic Jagger. P3 it is for the Swedish driver, as some other guys on the lap as well, I believe. Michael Clark, who's on the lap here. Same goes with his teammate Davos Daniel. Rafael Dumel can't take pole, neither can Agatino Bivona. Currently it is Daniel Noakes who's looking to be on pole, unless anyone else can say something about that. Let's see Michael Clark, as he will cross the line in the Envision Virgin Racing Car. No improvement for Michael Clark. Alan Jefferson, let's see if he can improve. No improvement for Jefferson either. I believe Matthew Alders, this... No, he's not on a lap.
This is definitely his final run, because most of them have to check a flag and they're in the pits, so pretty much most of them, their session is done.
Yeah, good improvement from some guys, though, namely Samet Özkan, who got himself up to P3, and then Daniel in P8, and then Henson in P7 as well. So good job from both of them. As we're going to see Matthew Alders. Is he starting his lap? Yeah, he is. So
This is pretty much his last run, of course, and going for turn 1, now through to turns 2 and 3. Now you're going to get to the first sector point. Let's see what he can do. And coming across it, he's down by a tenth on his personal best, and he's 2 tenths down on Noakes in the first sector.
yeah, no, could maybe be an improvement for Matthew Alder, but let's see as let's see how it will be as Alder makes his way down the back straight now, 8 tenths off. So I don't think it's going to be an improvement for Matthew Alder, unfortunately for him, as he will make his way round the 2 final corners. Matthew Alder probably won't improve with this lap time, but let's see anyways, as Alder will cross the line now. And Alder, unsurprisingly, does not improve. Javier Way, who's on a lap as well, one of the few guys who actually was able to get a lap time in, so or a final run in, should I say, as he will cross the line now, and we'll see if Javier Way can improve. He does not. Michael Mocho in the Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes, Stoffel van Doorn won the real-life Monaco Prix, so there's that. But let's see Michael Mocho as he will cross the line, and no improvement for Michael Mocho. Jordan Howell, let's see if he can get himself out of P20, get up some places he cannot, and
I believe that's pretty much the session done. I don't think anyone's going to get another lap in. Of course, it's pretty obvious. So Daniel Nuggs is going to be on pole position for for the final round of this season. I can't remember the name. Pretty much going to call that out to secure out the layer E3, but yeah, you have to check it. Manama E3 actually.
yeah, officially called the Manama Prix, but that will be Daniel Noakes' second pole of the Formula E 2020 season. So very good job from Daniel Noakes, and a pretty exciting qualifying. Alexander Arnold is going to have a lot to do for the race, though, as he will start in last place. Mohamed Razin will be promoted up to P21.
Ocho and Chris finished the session with the exact same lap time. I'm pretty much concerned for that, but hopefully it'll stay the same. But it is in garage order, but we are looking at the leaderboard for the top six as Noakes is on pole position, as we said before. As we look to see, yep, that's gone wrong. So Mocha will be ahead of Chris, so there'll be some work for Yuri to do there. And of course, Arnold will be dropped down to 22nd.
Yeah, very, very interesting qualifying then, as we will gear up for the race shortly.
Yep. We'll just be waiting, and we'll see you in a bit. We'll be there in a bit.
As we are now back, we are here for the race. Welcome back, everyone, as we are here for the Manama Prix. Just about to go through the starting grid, so we'll take it 4x4 rail.
Yep. As we have Daniel Noakes on pole position, followed by Rafael Damel in second. And then we have Samet Oskin in third and Argentina Pifana in fourth.
Matthew Alder starts P5, followed by Agi Prazan in P6 on the third row. Then behind them two is Rose Henson in P7, and then Darabos Daniel in P8. Daniel starting very well, as he's looking to battle with Alexander Arnold for that P2 in the championship spot.
Yep, indeed. As we have Blind Soga in P9, we have Dominic Deselli in 10th, Xavier Wee in P11, and Robert Ionescu in 12th.
Nathan Orman starts in P13, followed by Alan Jefferson in 14th place. Then in P15 is Michael Clark, followed by the Jaguar of Eduardo Silva.
Yeah, P17 we have Michael Mocho, P18 we have Tobias Chris, P19 we have from Chanok China, then P20 we have Jordan Howell.
Mohamed Razin starts P21, and then taking the final spot on the grid will be Alexander Arnold of Neo. Not a very, very good qualifying for Neo in the slightest, and Alex Arnold is going to have a lot to do for the race. As look at this. Yes, we have, for some reason, we have rain forecasted in Bahrain.
Well, the track is going to be dry, but for some reason we have rain, so we'll see what happens. We do have a bit of cloud cover coming in as well, so we'll see what happens. Don't know if it will affect the track. Most likely yes, but it's going to be a 60% chance at the start. But it's light rain, so may not be that bad.
Yeah, I don't think so. As we are now loading into the track, looking to be a very nice Manama Prix. We've loaded into the track. Yep, it is raining, ladies and gentlemen, as we gear up for one final time in 2020 for Formula E. It's an end of an era for FES. It's the final race with equal core performances. We have 5 lights. It's Daniel Noakes on pole. Let's see if he can do anything as we're underway for the Manama Prix. As everyone gets off the line, I think it's going to be Noakes who's going to have to defend from Rafael Dummel, as Dummel might have the inside line. Let's see that as everyone heads into the first corner. It is going to be Daniel Noakes who leads, but there is Samet Özkan swinging around the outside of Rafael Dummel, as the Sweden Jaguar takes second place then from Rafael Dummel. Daniel Noakes has pulled away with the lead, as looking further back, Dominic Deselli putting the pressure on Davos Daniel. Alan Jefferson trying to make his way past, as well as Jordan Howell's P22. I think Alex Arnold has had a pretty good start as well. But it is Daniel Noakes who leads from Samet Özkan, Agatino Bivona, and then I believe... oh god, I am forgetting now. As... yeah, there is the Mercedes of Balin Jolga trying to put the pressure on Matthew Alder for P5. He's going to have a look into the final corner, turn 10, as Jolga's going to have the inside line. Alder going to have to defend the long way round, as Jolga, late on the brakes, gets that move done. Javier Way now trying to get involved in this battle as Alder comes back at Jolga, as we get a very, very good view of this battle as they head down the start-finish straight to start lap 2 out of 39. As Way's going to try to make it 3 wide into the first corner. Backs out of it though, trying to get in the slipstream of Matthew Alder. Alder gets past Jolga. Can Javier Way get past Jolga as well? He can't, as Henson, there she's dueling with, I believe, is that Prasan in P9? Yes, it is. As there was Daniel, who's fallen back a bit. Now here's Daniel on Henson, as they head into turn 3. I believe that is. Henson having to defend the long way round from Davos Daniel. Daniel gets past for P10. So that's the Hungarian into the points, as we have cars very, very close here. Tobias Kress putting the pressure on the other Envision Virgin Racing car of Michael Clark, I think that is, as Agatino Vivona now trying to get himself into the podium as he goes side by side with Rafael Dummel. Not a very poor start for Rafael Dummel, as Bivona on the inside into turn 10 gets it done. As there's Agatino Vivona up into 3rd place. Let's see if Rafael Dumel can hang on then, as he will be in the slipstream of the Italian, as he will make it side by side into turn 1. Yellow flags out.
On the corner. Yeah, let's see what happened. Oh, it's Ormond. He has a problem. Oh no.
Yeah, and that is Nathan Ormond out of the race. Let's see what's happened to the American in the Tachita, and
gearbox problems. The transmission has gone for him.
That is the first retirement of the session, ladies and gentlemen. That is Nathan Ormond out of the race, as yellow flags are out in the final corner, so no overtaking in the final corner then, as the battles are still continuing though all across the circuit. Agatino Vivona trying to come back at Rafael Dumel. Dumel defending very, very well, then positioning his car in a way where Bivona can't overtake Bivona though, as he's been trying to follow Dumel. Matthew Alder has caught up to the Italian, and then behind them is Balanjolga in P6 as well. So it's a very, very tight battle for P3.
Yep, indeed. See what can happen. The top 2 are pulling away so far, which is good news for them. Bivona's pretty much having a hard time on getting past them out. The boss pretty much doing wrong following him. You know, Bivona on the inside, he's side by side with Demel. Can he get ahead? We'll see as we have a battle for P5 on the way, as now Bivona is just ahead. And now going into turn 1, he is ahead, but Demel does it. He retakes 3rd place. That was a committed move from Demel. He braked earlier than Bivona, but he actually managed to sneak through past Bivona. Brilliant move from Demel.
Yeah, that is... I have to say, that is probably one of the Formula E overtakes of the season. That is an absolutely brilliant move from Rafael Dumel, as here's Javier Way and Balanjolga having a bit of a duel. Jolga defending around the outside as Way. Bit of a slide there. Drivers are trying to adapt to the raining conditions. But yeah, what an incredible move from Rafael Dumel, as you said, early on the brakes. A much tighter line than Bivona was able to get past. As Eduardo Silva, there he is, losing a few places there, as Bivona is now going to try to come back at Rafael Dumel. These two really, really going at it as they go into the final corner.
Dumel's gone wide.
Yeah, Dumel's gone wide, and that's going to allow Bivona to get past, and Matthew Alder as well. And I believe... Yeah, look at this, he's absolutely falling back, as Javier Way now up into P5 as here's Alder on Bivona. Matthew Alder, the big gainer out of all this, as he's going to go on the inside of Agatino Bivona, trying to get P3 from the world champion now, as he does so, as that is Matthew Alder from P5 to P3.
Yeah, brilliant stuff by Alder. He took his chance and he took it well.
Yeah, indeed. As here is Dumel and Prazan as they head into the final corner. Rafael Dumel, who's really fallen back, trying to salvage some positions at least, as he successfully defends from Agi Prazan. Meanwhile, looking through the field, looking quite calm at the moment, as Daniel Noakes leads from Samet Özkan. Here is Rafael Dumel, who's going to have to defend from Balanjolga once again. Agi Prazan, who's going to have to defend from Davos. Daniel, who's trying to get up into P8. Daniel, the Hungarian, on the inside then of Agi Prazan into the final corner. Let's see this then, as Daniel gets the move done on Agi Prazan. But I think Prazan is going to have... he is going to go back on the Indonesian, as Bivona is going to go back on the Brit Matthew Alder, as Bivona on the inside into the first corner. Can Alder hang on as they head to the second corner? No, he cannot. It's Bivona who takes the position for the time being, but Alder is definitely gonna want that position back for sure.
It's a long way to go. This path has been really interesting, and they are pretty much nearly 10 seconds behind the top 2.
Yeah, they really are. It is really, really close. And we could see a lot of battles forming as we're just early doors in this race. As there we just saw a battle. I think it was the BMW for Rose Henson, if I remember correctly. As here is Samet Özkan, who's in P2. That was Daniel going on Rafael Dummel as...
The problem. He has a transmission problem. He's out of the race.
Oh, as that is another DNF on lap 39, yet another transmission failure, and it's Rafael Dummel who was falling down the field, and now his race has been unfortunately put to an end.
Well, pretty much.
Wow, look at this!
Yeah, really interesting battle. Look at that.
As yeah, everyone just everyone dealing with each other here. Deselli and Arnold there. It's Michael Moscher's involved in that as well. Robert Ionescu, who is battling with, I think that's Tobias Kress. As Rose Henson, they're up ahead as Henson's gone wide, and that is Clark, who spun round.
Oh yeah, indeed. He's actually ran into the back of Henson, and he pretty much lost control of the car, and now he's down in P20 and lost.
Game for Michael Clark as he was running P10. Let's see this replay.
Yeah, it was a late move. Henson had the corner. She was going for the corner and pretty much Clark misjudged the braking. You're pretty lucky he didn't get hit by the Neo.
Yeah. I think that is Clark's fault. Yeah, on the TV cameras it looked like Henson just went wide, but yeah, they made contact. As here is Robert Ionescu trying to get himself into the points as Razin and Kress going side by side into the final corner. Kress going wide though. That is going to give the advantage to Ionescu as he's going to slip past Tobias Kress. And yeah, just look how incredibly close everyone here is as the two BMWs going side by side. Kress versus Henson as Ionescu is going to try to get Mohamed Razin for P9 now. As he's going to go on the inside of Mohamed Razin. He's going to have the outside line, and Robert Ionescu up into P9. Very well done from the Romanian. As Tobias Kress is going to now try and have a shot at Mohamed Razin. As Rose Henson watches this battle. Kress, though, can't complete that move on Razin. As everyone's still very, very close. Henson's going to want to get ahead of her teammate. As, oh, that's a fire!
Noakes.
And that's Daniel Noakes! That's the race leader!
One of the race leaders, he's out of the race. And that is big shame for him. And he was leading, and Oscar's pretty much taking the lead.
Yeah, Özkan's taking the lead. That is, yeah, what a shame for Daniel Noakes, as he was running so well too in the race lead. As yeah, that is Daniel Noakes, our third retirement, as he's been denied a potential first victory in Formula E this season. And yeah, what a shame.
Good lock up from the Neo. That was Arnold. Deselli went through. Yeah, that I don't think it's going to be a penalty. It was because of a mistake, and obviously it was just after the yellow flag zone, so of course he wasn't going to get a penalty anyway. And also we have dots on the track, so the track is pretty much starting to get wetter. At the moment, no, Joe, we don't have any penalties at the moment.
Yeah, it is turning into a very, very interesting race then, as Alder, ooh, look at that, Alder and Daniel making contact, and just like Michael Clark did, it's Matthew Alder spinning round.
He only lost one position to GP4, so yeah, not much there. Let's go in A4, as I think Henson went a bit wide. Was there contact between those two?
Let's see this then. As
or was it just a move that she breaks late? Ooh, she locked up as well. I think both of them might have locked up, but yeah. The switchback pretty much worked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I mean, these two are really going at it from what we've seen, Henson and Kress. But yeah, they didn't make contact, but Deselli's going to try to take advantage of this. As he's side by side with Henson through the chicane there. And he's going to have the outside line as the track rejoins its original path. That's Dominic Deselli, who gets past Rose Henson in a very, very opportunistic move. Alex Arnold, who's really carved his way through the field, is now going to try and have a go with Rose Henson on the inside into turn 10. Henson late on the brakes, I think a bit wide there. Arnold with a poor exit as Alan Jefferson's going to try and take advantage of that, as we could have a potential 3 wide situation, but everyone tucks into the slipstream as Eduardo Silva might try to get involved in this as well. Jefferson trying to pick up the scratch from best battle. That's Arnold late on the brakes. Henson trying to have the switch back as they make contact, but they're still side by side. Henson on the outside into the second corner. Arnold takes the position. What a battle!
Yeah, indeed. That was pretty much one of the best battles we've ever seen, but pretty much a bump and still clean so far. Ooh, another lockup from Henson, and I think there was contact. Yep, contact between Macho and Jefferson. Macho goes into a spin. Jefferson goes wide because of that.
Yeah, let's see this again as... Macho just completely misjudged the braking zone. Straight into the back of Alan Jefferson, and that sent his car into a spin.
Yep, indeed. It's now Eduardo Silva trying to go for an opportunistic move on Jefferson. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to work, and he has to stay behind.
Yeah, everyone's still very, very close. So we're seeing a lot of battles at the moment. But right now, it's this man, Samet Özkan, who is the race leader by quite a margin as well, I think. As there's a battle, there is Eduardo Silva, and I think that is Alan Jefferson, is that not? As Chao Shinat now trying to get past Silva. Silva couldn't quite complete that move. As Chao Shinat's going to have a look on the inside into the first corner. Silva trying to move over to try and defend from the Thai driver. As into turn 1, Chao Shinat later on the brakes. Into the first corner, Silva being forced a long way around. It's got the inside line as the track just gets wetter and wetter. And Chao Shinat can't get past. Pretty poor exit out of the first few corners as well. Michael Clark is going to have a look as Jordan Howell just getting boxed in there as he was trying to look for a way past, and he does get past as he follows Michael Clark through. But Chao Shinat doesn't give up that easily as he tries defending from Jordan Howell on the outside. Does so. Howell now having to defend from Michael Mucho in P19 as we're seeing great battles up and down the field. Yeah, it is that's a very, very interesting battle. As looking around the field then.
Just see spray, or was it just me? I've just seen it going through turn 1.
I think I saw some spray somewhere.
I think I can see it, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely spray. As Samet Özkan leads by 10.3 seconds from Agatino Bivona. It'll be his second win of the season if he does bring this home.
Very much a comfortable lead after Daniel Norris retired from an engine problem. It would have been a two-way fight between Oscar and Norris, but it's just himself at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see if Bivona can close the gap though in P2 at the moment. As here's the man in P3, Javier Way. So to recap the race then, as we're on lap 13 of 39, for those who are just tuning in, Daniel Noakes led from pole. He led for a couple of laps as Rafael Dummel fell down the order. Nathan Orman retired, and then Dummel followed as well, both with a transmission failure. That promoted Agatino Bivona up into P3, or I believe, P3. And then we had the race leader Daniel Noakes, who retired due to, he had a fire, which now leaves Samet Özkan in the lead. And we've had some great battles up and down the field as well, so... and the rain. We also had a rainy start, as you can see right now from the onboard of Samet Özkan. It is still raining. In fact, it's getting even more rainier. So, as you can see, that spray into most corners. So the rain is just getting heavier and heavier as I think that was Silva going wide. Clark trying to have a look at the Brazilian, but was not far enough to complete that move. As Muhammad Razin on the back of UNESCO, I think that is. Yes, it is. As he's gonna have a go at the Romanian, as the two are gonna be side by side, heading into the first corner. Razin with the overspeed on Robert Ionescu. Ionescu's gonna have to defend on the outside line from the Indonesian Muhammad Razin. Let's see this then, as Razin's gonna be on the inside into the braking zone. Ionescu's gonna have the inside now into the second corner, and I believe he is ahead of Ionescu. Yes, he is. So a nice little battle between the two. Good defense from Robert Ionescu.
Yep, indeed. Good defending from him. He'll probably lose a bit of time to the car ahead, but it was pretty well managed for him to defend that position.
Yeah, very, very good stuff from Robert Ionescu. As we're on board with Muhammad Razin. We'll see if he can... I think his best shot at trying it is now as we're approaching the back straight. But the question is, will he be close enough to try the move? As...
Oh, we have a pit call. Yeah, this is unscheduled stops, I think. Prasen's coming in.
That is very
a change
interesting.
of tires. Yeah, this is definitely a change of tires. And speaking of which, that's unscheduled stops for some of them.
Yeah, as Prasan comes into the pit lane.
Definitely the intermediates.
Yeah, lifted off the jacks, and he is off. But yeah, no one else into the pit, so Prasan is the first of the pitters, as I think, yeah, everyone is coming in for wets, so...
and he ain't going to the end as well, just so you know. Ooh, that's a good move by Clark. I believe that it was that got compromised. It was Silver got compromised because of Prasen coming out the pit.
Yeah, but I think Silva might be able to get that position back as he's in the slipstream of the car ahead, Michael Clark, though he can't get it moved on just yet. Asagi Prasan is in P14. Clark trying to catch Prasan for 14th place.
I think we have more drivers coming into the pits. I can see
yeah,
it.
Waze and Shulga.
Yep. Just saw on the mini map. Just had to alert the host himself. And he's actually going to the end. Zolga, would say he's actually going to the end, but I don't know. That's a big question mark there.
Yeah, it is a very big question mark at the moment. We can't really say if these guys are going to the end. We don't know how the conditions are going to be, so...
Yeah. Arnold in. 4.8 second per stop, pretty quick.
Yeah, good stuff from Alex Arnold. As a lot of people in the pits. Prasan then pitted a lap earlier. We'll see if that actually will benefit him.
Oh, that's bad for how. We'll have to lose time there. Oscar's also in team with Ivona.
Everyone is in the pits this lap. Oh, Macho.
Oh, Oscar. He has to wait.
Oh, no. As Summit Özkan's getting held up in the pits. That is gonna cost the Swede a lot. 21 seconds pit stop time.
He's been jumped by Bivona. What are the chances of that?
Yeah, absolute disaster for Summit Özkan. It's like Atino Bivona, the new race leader. As, yeah, big shame for Summit Özkan as Javier Way comes out P3. That was Daniel. We should mention him, P4. So he's really benefited from this.
Yeah, pretty much this race has now come alive. Because Oscar was very likely to comfortably take this win, but now with this phase of the race, it's pretty much anyone can win.
Yeah, definitely. Um, it is really anyone's game at the moment. We're seeing things happen up and down the field. This is our third leader now. So, yeah, we're only lap 17 out of 39.
Yeah, Oscar's only 3.1 behind Bivona, but we'll see if he can catch up to him.
Yeah, it is looking to be very, very interesting. We'll see if Özkan can close that gap to Bivona
Oh,
currently.
wait, oh no,
Oh.
no, you gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Xavier Wheat is out of the race and he was running in third place.
Yeah,
What are the chances he got a puncture from that?
oh, it's just wow. It is just a roller coaster of emotions up and down the field as Javier Way is now out of the race and he was running P3. That is, yeah, that is really, really bad for Javier Way. It's such a shame for him as well, running so he ran in P3 as that brings Davos Daniel up into third. It's gonna, yeah, very, very good for Davos Daniel considering that he at the moment will I think he will get P2 in the championship from Alex Arnold. Um,
Yeah, looking at the field, some of them might have to pitch again, and some are going to the end actually. Runner's definitely going to the end, and Oscar, looking at that,
yeah, let's gonna
he's
step it again.
actually not. Yeah, Oscar has to pit again. Pretty much a question mark for Davos Daniel. He might have to pit again, but it's pretty much a big question mark.
Yeah, we'll see then as Matthew Alder trying to make the move on Agi Prasan, I think that is for P5, as he's going to line up alongside the Indonesian on the inside into the first corner, as Alder later on the brakes into turn 1. Prasan trying to hold off on the outside as Alder gets that done. Very clean move from Matthew Alder.
And those two confirmed they will have to pit again as well.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if that two-stop strategy from Özkan will actually work, because that his car is under-fueled at the moment to go to the end.
Also, Ionesco, he is going to the end, so that's pretty much good for him. So Aldi could benefit a lot from this, but we will wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Audi are looking very good at the moment, especially strategy-wise. We'll see if that actually can benefit them, because the conditions are, I'd say, a bit unpredictable. So I think the clouds are clearing up. Actually, look at that.
Could go back to dries, but we will see. It'll take long for this to dry out.
Yeah, that is
But
very interesting though, as conditions are changing. Who would expect a rainy race at Bahrain?
yeah, not anyone would have not expected a rainy race.
Yeah, what a first Manama Prix we're being treated to though. The first ever time the GP4 OC ventures to the Bahrain Outer layout, and we are being treated to a very, very good race. As here is Michael Clark on Eduardo Silva for P13, as Clark's going to be on the inside, late on the brakes for the Englishman. Silva trying to hold off on the outside, but can't quite do it. So that is Michael Clark ahead then on track, as here is Alexander Arnold, who is currently in, what is it?
Eighth.
Yeah, so yeah, Arnold is P8. So yeah, you're right on that. Very well done from Alexander Arnold. He's clawed his way through the field and he's now in the points. So the battle for P2 in the championship standings is not over yet.
Yep, indeed. He's only 2.1 seconds ahead of Tobias Kress. I don't know if he's catching up to Present. He's only 4.3 behind Present. While we have about 50 between China and Jefferson. Jefferson on the inside. and he's gonna be ahead. He's free up to 15.
Yeah, very, very nice move then. As here is Daniel in P3 for the time being.
Look at Jordan Howe, who is pretty much out plumb lost and pretty much gonna he's likely to stay there, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing end to the season for Jordan Howell, but not for this man, Agatino Bivona. Not only champion, but at the moment he is leading the race. So yeah, he'd probably like to end off the season on a high.
And he's actually pulling away from Oscar. It's like 2.8 now, it's like 3.3 the gap, so he's actually pulling away a bit.
Yeah, so Bivona with the pace then looking set to win this race at the moment, but I can't quite say that because we really don't know what's going to happen with how this race is gone, as there's Silva defending from Clark on the outside.
Silva did actually well defending from Clark, and Clark's pretty way back and pretty much compromised himself.
Yeah, very good defending from Eduardo Silva.
Yep, indeed. Seems Oscar Gage in the first and middle sector. We'll see what Prblanco can do in the final sector. Arnold, oh, not good. Goes a bit wide. No, you take that corner.
Yeah, that's gonna compromise him for sure, as he's trying to catch the car ahead. As yeah, Summit Özkan has a 5.4 gap deficit to Agatino Bivona in the race lead at the moment.
Well, he's only 2.6 behind. He's starting to gain back now after he lost time on the previous lap, as now we have an overtake going through. I think that's for P5. Don't know if the overtake was done. Couldn't quite see.
Yeah, it got away. As here is a possible battle, Clark versus Silva. As I think Clark is going to want to get back at the door to Silva into the first corner. Let's see this then. As Clark on the inside of Eduardo Silva there, as we... Yeah, here it is. As Clark's going to be on the inside line, then Silva trying to defend the long way round, but can't quite do so at the inside line, proving superior. And with the more grip, as Michael Clark gets ahead for P13. And quite a far west. I think Silva had a bad exit out of that corner.
Yeah. Seems like that, and Jefferson's now right behind as well. Now back to Oskin, now on board with Ajay Prasan, who's running in 7th place. Pretty much getting hunted down by Alexander Arnold, actually. Meanwhile, yeah, looking at Jefferson, he's going to be on the move on Eduardo Silva. Silva ain't going to defend this one, and Jefferson will get the move done. He's up to 14th.
Yeah, very nice move from Alan Jefferson. That brings the Brazilian up into P14. As yeah, we have Jafari in chat who says that he's never seen this track before. That is because we are racing as a brand new circuit. This is a Bahrain Outer layout, or brand circuit. We're racing at a brand new layout. This is Bahrain Outer, and the first ever Manama Prix in Formula E to end off the season. So that is why. And we're being treated to some pretty spectacular racing. So I think the layout is proving itself quite well.
Yep, indeed. It's not letting us down, as you said. So pretty much progressing so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's turning into a bit more strategy. The rain is, I believe it. Yeah, it is still raining. and there is visible spray in almost all areas of the circuit. And yeah, the skies are clearing up, so I think the rain is definitely getting lighter. But yeah, I think it'll take time for the track to dry. I think even if it stops raining now.
Indeed. And Jefferson is trying to catch up to Michael Clark. Very much. Oscar is 2.8 behind Vona, but we'll see once they cross the line now. It's 2.7. It's pretty much mix and match. Bivana, it's either Bivana gaining time or Oscar gaining time.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're just going back and forth at the moment. Bivona though, I think he started. Was it P4?
I
I
think it was
believe.
P4, P5.
Yeah, and he's now P1. Everyone ahead of him either DNF'd or just as Özkan did, just had a bit of an issue with the pit stops. So yeah, he's done very well. Agatino Bivon, obviously, I guess yeah he got lucky, but still he's proving himself to have very very good pace at the moment. As there's Alex Arnold on Agi Prasan. Arnold can't quite complete that move though into turn 3, so Arnold's gonna have to wait and wait for another opportunity to strike. Here's Samet Özkan in P2 at the moment. Let's see the gap between him and Bivona. It's 2.3 at the moment. So Özkan is actually gaining, I believe, on... yeah, he is gaining on Bivona. But remember that Samet Özkan is gonna pit again, and Agatino Bivona will not.
See what happens. As now we have about 7th between Arnold and Presen. Arnold actually got the move done on the final corner, but Presen wants to retake that position back away from him. Let's see. Sends it down the inside, and he should be back ahead.
Yeah, very, very good defending. Then from Prazan for P7, as Alexander Arnold can't quite get past just yet. As here is Function of Chow Shinot, P16. Probably not the way the man from Thailand would like to end off his season, as I think was hoping for a bit of points. But yeah, as looking through the field, Arnold still trying to get Prazan for P7, as I think he's going to have a very, very good shot at trying into the final corner, as he is in the slipstream of Agi Prazan. If he doesn't get him into this corner, he'll probably get him into turn 1 at least, as Prazan blocks the inside. Arnold, though, with a tighter line through the final corner, that is gonna really benefit him, as he's gonna have the overspeed on Agi Prazan into the first corner. The two are gonna be side by side, as Prazan's gonna be forced to the outside. Arnold gonna have the inside line, which, as we have seen, does have the more traction. So Arnold might get this move done, but let's see. As Arnold later on the brakes, Prazan trying to hold off on the outside, but can't quite do it, as Alexander Arnold gets ahead of Agi Prazan for P7.
How long this battle can go? We could see Present trying to fight back on Arnold, but can Arnold pull away? That's the question.
Yeah, very, very good stuff from Alexander Arnold. Good battle between him and Agi Prazan. At the moment, it is still Agatino Bivano leads, but that gap's diminished by 0.3 of a second. So Samet Özkan is gaining.
Yeah, it's now gone to less than 2 seconds, surprisingly. It took very long enough for Oscar to get to that kind of gap. But we'll see. But Bivana's doing his thing, and he's pretty much got it comfortably, but we'll see what happens. Now we go down to Selly. He's in 11th at the moment, pretty much comfortably in 11th. He's, well, 8.7 seconds behind Robert Ionescu. But Ionescu pretty much gaining on the cars ahead. So we could see a battle for P8 soon.
Yeah, a battle for 8th could form here, but
Arnold again, the same mistake, but at least not as wide.
yeah, Arnold doesn't like that corner.
Yeah, surprisingly, he actually gained a bit on Prasan.
That's impressive.
But yeah, that wasn't a good mistake from him, but see if he can keep going. As I think Chris has actually got the move done. Yeah.
I think I think that's one of the few or only moments I've ever I think that's the only moment I've ever seen where a driver makes a mistake and then still gains on the car ahead.
Yeah, pretty odd to see that, as Bivana's got the gap up to 2.1 seconds to Oscar.
Yeah, I think Bivona is pulling away a bit. As you said, it's a bit of a mix and match between.
Is it just me, or is Prasan literally going backwards? He's now done 10th.
I think Prasan's falling back, but I think the track is drying up. I think it's dry. I think there's. I believe I saw a dry line forming in
Oh, when
some
they
of the
say dry
corners.
line, it's still spitting with rain.
Oh well, yeah, yeah, maybe not. I think I'm just seeing things. Yeah, we'll see if it ever stops raining. But yeah, conditions aren't still not looking very well. So I think it probably is gonna rain for the remainder of the race as well.
Look at Edson. He's in 12th at the moment. Pretty much a lonely tough for now. But Clark is starting to catch up to her. Oskin only 2.3 behind Bivona, but we'll see who wants goes to cross the line to start lap 32. Now 2.1, so it's a mix and match. It's either Bivona getting time or Oscar getting time. But it's pretty much Bivona's keeping his head down and he's doing everything he can, and he's doing a great job at that.
Yeah, he is doing a very good job at what he's doing at the moment. Uh, the question is though about the man we're seeing, Eduardo Silva, his teammate Samuel Özkan. When is he going to pit?
Yeah, we will see when will he pit. He could pit on the same lap where like Oscar will pit first, then Silva.
Yeah, we'll
If
see.
Silva pits first, then it could compromise Oscar.
Oh yeah, it definitely could. But it's good news for Davos Daniel if Samuel Özkan pits, because that'll bring him up into P2, and he'll probably get P2 in the standings as well. At the moment, I believe Davos Daniel is gonna be ahead for second place in the championship standings.
Yeah, we will see. We don't have the championship standings up on the Discord, but we will see. We could let Joe know for about a second, but we'll wait after race.
Yeah.
Arnold's having a go at Alder, actually.
As
But
Prasan is in the pits.
yep, he is in the pits for his final stop. And
I think
like we all,
I think
and
Henson was in the pits as well. Or did I see wrong?
no, I don't think Henson was in the pits. But there's someone else coming in, I can see.
There were two people in the pit lane, I believe.
Yeah, that's Macho's coming in. So already he is a lap down. 5.7 second pit stop. Now Razin's gonna come in. Yeah, Arnold's actually got to move down on Alder. And of course Alder's also coming in as well.
Yeah, Alexander Arnold's doing really well. I have to say this race because I think they started P22 and he's now P5. He's doing really, really well.
Yeah. Pretty good recovery from him, but I don't know if he will be pitting again. He's going to be held up. Is Razin? Yep. Krez is also in. 6.3 second pit stop. 6.9. Nice for Alder. Now Clark is in. .9. Now Eduardo Silva is in. Does Samatoskan have the pit call? We will see. Yeah, 5 laps remaining. Well, Darbosh Daniel's actually coming in, so he didn't
Huh.
had enough field to go to the end, unfortunately. Ooh,
Yeah.
the timing, is it real? Just about. Perfect timing.
Yeah. That was really good time for Daniel. I thought though that Darbos would, or I thought that he wouldn't pit, but apparently it turned out that he did. As here is Balajolga in the pits as well.
Yeah. 6.6 second pit stop. He could come out behind Robert Ionescu and Dominic Piselli, actually.
Yeah, this has really benefited Ionescu. The two Audis, I think, were on a very good strategy. Yeah, Bivona is gonna have a massive race lead, and Ionescu is gonna give himself into the points. Yeah, Audi have I think really nailed it with the strategy today.
Yep, 5.4 second pit stop for Henson. Yep, Samatoskan comes into the pit. He won't be compromised this time, so that is good news for him. Six-second pit stop for Oskin. He should comfortably rejoin in P2. Big Alexander Arnold is into the pits. Yep. Actually, he did add enough, but it wasn't enough. He could have run out of field then.
Yeah. As here is Alex Arnold then, as he is in the pits. Lifted off the jack, 6.8 seconds it is for the German. Dominic Deselli is in as well. And yeah,
It's a
as
good meme. Everyone could pit again, like Bivona and Ionescu, they could pit. But Bivona is actually, well, four laps of field, maybe, may not. But we'll see once he crossed the line. His teammate doesn't have to pit code, so yeah. He ain't gonna pit this on lap 37 now, so I think Bivona could get away with it.
yeah, I definitely think he could. But yeah, Agatino Bivona, absolutely massive lead he has at the moment. So
Also, just to point out, Ionescu has pretty much similar field to Bivona. I think he could also get away with it as well.
Yeah, then Audi have perfectly calculated the fuel to go to the end if that is the case. We'll see though. It's going to be very, very tight. As here is Alan Jefferson on Matthew Alder. I believe the two teammates, if I'm correct. As
Yep.
yeah, Jefferson's trying to put the pressure on Matthew Alder. I think he's going to get his teammate into the first corner as he as Jefferson or not Alder weaves around to try and get his teammate out of the slipstream. Jefferson trying to follow though as he lines up alongside his teammate into the first corner. Jefferson on the inside of Matthew Alder later on the brakes on the inside, and yeah, Alder can't quite hang on, and that is Alan Jefferson getting past his teammate for P8.
Yep, and as we see Jordan Howard coming into the pits, now we have 2 laps to go for the race leader, Argentina Bivona. Doesn't look like he is going to pit. Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, so I think yeah, Bivona at the moment, if things go as planned, I think he is gonna take home the race win quite comfortably. Gonna be a real nice way to end off the season for Agatino, I think.
This could be a record-breaking season for Argentina Bivona. He will break Tobias Kress's win record in amount of wins in a single season. Bivona has 5, if I'm correct, Joe.
Yeah,
Just
yes.
need pretty sure, yeah. So if he wins not today, then this will be his 6th win, meaning he breaks the record.
Oh, that will be very, very incredible. Um,
Jefferson
final.
actually is in the pits, so apparently maybe his tires might have gone, but maybe he didn't have enough. But apparently he's in the pits, same with China as well. So bit of a surprise, but okay. And now Ivana's going to start the final lap of the race. So far, he kept under control. He might have gotten some luck with Daniel Noakes retiring with an engine problem. You never know what could have happened to him. Maybe he could have won as well. He could have been there with Bivona, but Oscar got so compromised. We thought he would have won this race comfortably, but he got so compromised by his mechanics and he lost the lead. And also the fact that he had to pit again and Bivona didn't have to pit again. That Bivona took all the chances. Audi were very smart here with the strategy, and this is pretty much a brilliant win for Bivona, and he looks set to break the record of the most wins in a single season in Formula E.
Yeah, Audi really got everything perfectly today. Bivona, all of his rivals up at the field, all DNF'd. But yeah, it's been a crazy race, and it's the end of an year for Formula E, as it's the final race with equal car performance. But it's gonna be this man, Agatino Bivona, a six-time race winner in one season, as he breaks the record for most race wins in a season and wins the first ever Manama Prix. And yes, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Agatino Bivona, a sixth race win. The record is broken, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, indeed. The Short China Operation 6 team a lap down, same with Mocho, and now just to end off his disastrous season. Pretty much a season to forget for him. Sama Toscon finishes P2 with Derebush Daniel in P3, and pretty much 17 seconds behind his. Actually, Zolga's actually overtaken Ionescu. He's got him
Wow.
at the final corner.
That is very, very close. Balon Jolga will come on P4 as Robert Ionescu. Yeah, it's been a season to forget for Ionescu, but P5 is still good for him. Alex Arnold did everything he can today, but he can only manage P6 as Davos Daniel will, I believe, take P2 in the championship standings, but we don't know for sure yet.
Seventh
Tobias,
with Tobias Chris in 8th. And then we have Prazen just holding off Deselli for 9th, and yet Deselli in 10th. Prazen had to pit again just about before on the final lap, and that pretty much cost him, and he finishes 11th and outside the points, and that is race over. Now we look at the race winner and the record breaker. I'll get tuned up before that, and champion.
yeah, as we see the race results, just going through. for
Yeah.
DNFers. And the fastest lap goes to... That was Daniel.
Yeah. 45 thousandths ahead of Arnold. And you can see about Noakes as well. Like, who would have thought? If Noakes didn't have that problem, maybe he would have been there, but we don't know. He also could have been compromised as well.
Yeah.
And you can go.
But yeah, I think we can round it off now. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a very, very interesting race. We've had a lot of drama, action, overtakes, and just everything you can ask for. I think the Bahrain Outer layout really has delivered in its first ever outing in the GP4 OC. Once again, congratulations to our champion and now our record holder for most wins in a season, Agatino Bivona. And yeah, Alexander Arnold gets P2 in the championship standings on countback. But yeah, that is it then for Formula E in 2020. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for everyone for sticking up with us throughout this entire season. Thank you to Yuri, who's done an incredible job hosting FE when I unfortunately couldn't. And yeah, it's been a very, very exciting season. Formula E will return for the 2022 season, or not, 2021, sorry. The 2021 season, where, yeah, that will be the first season.
Cancelled. 2022 is the next season.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see you for Formula E in 2021 when, for the first time ever, we will have car performances in FE. Anything you'd like to say before we go, Rahul?
Yeah, pretty much what you've just said, copy paste, but it's been a magnificent season, and hopefully we have pretty much similar feat for next season.
Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for sticking with us throughout this entire season. I've been Mir Nevji.
I've been Rahul Patel.
Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time for one final round of BTCC tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. British time. Thank you and goodbye.